lipstick. So I'm very excited to be filming this video today because this is a special tribute and honor to my best friend, Amelia. So recently it was her birthday, so I created this look for her because she is literally a real-life embodiment of a Disney princess. Everything about her, every time I see her, reminds me of something Disney. And I think it has a lot to do with the fact that every year that I've known her, she's gone for Halloween as a Disney princess, and she just does it so well. No matter which princess she picks, she just nails it. So, she has the most beautiful, like, wide green eyes that I've ever seen. She looks just, yeah, she looks just like a princess. So I wanted to do this video and kind of create a princessy look in honor of her because sometimes we all just really want to look like a princess. So this is the look that I came up with. It's not based on any princess in particular. It was just kind of what I feel like looks princessy. So it includes really glowy skin and a lot of sparkle and pink. So yeah, if you're gonna leave a mean or nasty comment, go ahead and hit that unsubscribe and move it along. Otherwise, let's get into the video. Okay, so we're gonna start out this look with the skin, and the most important part of this is looking really fresh and dewy. Obviously, Disney princesses have flawless skin, so we need to make ours look as close as possible to theirs. So what I'm gonna do is start out with this Amie CC Luminous Primer. This is a primer that has a little bit of shimmer in it. It's going to make your skin look really healthy and glowy and dewy. You can get this at the drugstore, super cheap. I think they repackaged it since I've gotten mine. As you can see, it's a pink tone primer, and then once it blends into the skin, it just gives you this beautiful, healthy glow. Alright, so if you have perfect poreless skin, you can go ahead and skip this step, but I do not. So I'm going to go ahead and go in with my Benefit Professional to fill in the pores on my face, just because I want to look as flawless as possible, have that completely pore-free skin, and fill in some of my acne scarring and all that great stuff. If you are looking for a budget-friendly option for a pore filling primer, I recommend the e.l.f. silicone pore filling primer. It's the clear one, comes in the white bottle, and I think it's about $6. So I don't usually do makeup in this order, but today we're going to start out with the eyes before I finish the face, just because in case we get a lot of glitter fallout or shimmer fallout, we can clean it up with the foundation afterwards. So we're going to get into that. Today, for eyeshadow, I'm going to be using my Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette. You don't have to have this palette to create this look. There are super affordable eyeshadows at the drugstore that you can find that are very similar. We're going to be using this pink shimmery shade. You can find a pink shimmer shade pretty much anywhere. If you're looking for a drugstore option, I definitely recommend the CoverGirl eyeshadow palettes. The one in Roses is gorgeous. It's got a beautiful shimmery pink. And the Nudes one also has a gorgeous shimmery champagne that you could use. I definitely recommend those palettes if you're looking for a cheaper option. Those have like all the colors that this has, so don't worry about that if you don't have this palette. So, because when you put a white shadow under, or when you put a white base underneath your eyeshadow, it really intensifies the color. So that's what we're gonna do today. I'm using the NYX eyeshadow base in white, and I'm gonna pop this under on my actual like lid here, and I'm not taking it up very high. I'm only putting it on the lid. Okay, so now that that white base is down, we're gonna go ahead and go in with our lid color, which is gonna be this gorgeous pink shimmery shade right down here. Any pink shimmery shade works totally fine. I'm also gonna wet my brush a little bit and dab it in the product because that helps to make the product even more shimmery and more intense. And we're gonna pat that on the lid, all over that white base. So now we're going to go ahead in with our browns and define the crease because this is looking a little strange right now, but I promise it's going to look better in a second. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and go in with a light brown shade. I'm just going to use this one here because it's pretty much the lightest one in the palette. Any light brown shade is going to do fine. And we're just going to kind of sweep this in the crease area, right above where we put that shadow. So in a windshield wiper motion in the crease right above the shimmery eyeshadow. And we're going to use windshield wiper motions and then small circular motions to help blend. Now I'm going to take a pointed crease brush. It's a really fine brush with like a little, it's a fluffy brush with a pointed tip. And I'm going to go in a little bit darker of a brown. So I think I'll use this one here. It's like a chocolate brown. Just put it on the end of the brush here. Tap off any excess. And what we're going to do is really concentrate this in the crease. We're not going to go up as far as we did with the other shadow. You can see I brought the other shadow kind of up to the brow. This one though, we're going to focus just in that crease area right in here. And we're going to do the same motions. We're doing the windshield wiper motions and then the circular motions to blend. And if you're having trouble blending your shadow, just take a look at where your hand is located on your brush. The further back you hold the brush, the better blend you're going to get, because you have less control over it and you're not pushing on your eye as hard as you would be if you were holding up further like this. So definitely move your hand back if it's way too far up the brush. So now we're going to go back in with our flat shader brush and we're going to get it wet one more time. Go back into that beautiful pink shade and just re-intensify the lid where you may have like accidentally brought some of the darker brown shadow onto the lid. I am very messy, so of course I need to fix that. Alright, we will come back to the lower lash line in a little bit. We're going to move on to foundation and kind of clean up this face. So the foundation that I'm using is a drugstore foundation. This is the CoverGirl Stay Fabulous 3-in-1 foundation. This is my favorite drugstore foundation. It just looks so beautiful on the skin, gives you a nice beautiful dewy complexion, but yet still has decent coverage. So I'm just going to apply this with a little brush here. Alright, so now we really need to get some concealer on these under eyes because those circles are not making us look like a princess. So today I'm going to be using the Maybelline Master Conceal. This is a really good full coverage concealer if that's what you're looking for. I like this better than the Tarte Shape Tape. The only problem with it is that it is a little bit dark for my skin tone, but once it's all blended in to my skin, it's not a big deal. I wish they just had a lighter color. This is the shade Fair and it's very yellow and it's actually probably about 2 shades too dark for me. But I'm just going to go ahead and pop this on my under eye with a little brush. And really make sure that you're getting into that little corner here of your eye and your nose. A lot of people tend to miss that, and that is probably the most purple area on a lot of people. So you definitely want to make sure you get in there. Then I'm also going to take this and spot conceal a little bit around my face, put it around my nose, where I get a little bit red. I get kind of red on the chin here, and then I do have a spot right there that we're going to conceal. And then I'm just going to press this in with the Beauty Blender, just because I prefer the way that the Beauty Blender blends it in the skin. So this is probably my only expensive product in this entire video. This is my setting powder. It is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder. You can use any powder to set your face. I just like this one because it has a beautiful glow to it, and because we're going for that glowy look, I wanted to use a glowy powder. Alright, let's get back to the eyes and finish those before we do the face. We are going to work on the lower lash line now. First, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a nude pencil in the waterline, because this is really going to open up the eyes, make them look bigger and more awake. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with a little pencil brush, and I'm actually going to take this pink shade right here, and we're going to go underneath the lash line with it. And I'm taking it all the way from inner corner to outer corner, and I'm really just kind of like highlighting my eye bag here. So I am blending it relatively far down. Now we're going to go into this brown shade that we used in our crease on the same pencil brush, and we're just going to apply it to the outside corner, probably about the outside third of the eye. just really define that lash line there. And then we're going to take a fluffy blending brush and go ahead and blend those colors together. Now next up what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a really small smudger brush. You could use a flat brush or an eyeshadow, an angled eyebrow brush for this, but I'm going to take this brush and I'm going to go into the deepest brown in here and I'm going to line my upper lash line with this. This is going to create a softer look, so not a really like harsh eyeliner look. Okay, so let's work on these brows. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill them in with a brow pencil. This is one from Ofra. It's a universal brow pencil. Doesn't matter what you use, whatever you prefer. If you like powder, if you like a pomade, go ahead and use what you like. And then after I fill them in with the pencil, I'm going to go ahead and brush this gel through them so the hairs stay in place all day. So after I finish my brows, I'm also then going to apply a coat of mascara real quickly to my eyes because I am going to be putting on false lashes. So I will do all of that and I will be right back. Alright guys, so while I was off camera, I also applied a super gorgeous pair of wispy falsies. These I got in a pack off of eBay. It was called like the Princess Pack or something, and I thought they were perfect for this look. Super, super wispy and pretty. I got my eyebrows on and mascara, all that stuff. So let's finish up the face. Alright, so first thing we're going to do is dip into contour. So this is just a really gray brown powder. This is the Sephora Tranquil sculpting powder. It's a contour powder. Anything that is cool tone would totally work. You could use an eyeshadow that's a nice cool tone. What we're going to do is we're going to carve out the cheekbones and give our face some shape. So I actually really like to use contour powder with a stipple brush. I find that it just doesn't deposit too much color, so it makes it look really natural. And what I do is I just take the contour powder and go a little bit above where my natural like cheekbone divot is so that it makes it look like I have higher cheekbones and a really sculpted face. Next we are on to blush, and I'm going to be using the Milani Rose Blush. This reminds me so much of Princesses and Belle because it's absolutely beautiful. You can get this at the drugstore as well. Get these at Walgreens. Well, I think pretty much any drugstore you can find these, but I got mine at Walgreens. And this is the one in Tea Rose, such a beautiful pink shade. We're gonna go in a little bit heavy with the blush today, a little more heavy than I normally would do because Disney princesses always have rosy cheeks. And we're just gonna apply this to the actual apple of the cheek. Next up we are on to highlight. This is such a beautiful highlight once you scrape off the top portion of this. So it comes with like a weird overspray. This is the Physicians Formula Mineral Glow Pearls in Translucent Pearl. It's a pink highlight. These are made with like an overspray that comes over the top, and it's so ugly. It just doesn't look good on the skin. But once you get past that overlay, you get a beautiful pink highlight. And I'm going to grab my little contour brush from Real Techniques, tap in here, tap off any excess. I don't want to go too ridiculous. And we're going to put this on the cheekbone. I hope you guys can see that. Look what a pretty glow that is. This is not a highlight that's going to be like metallic or really bright or anything. This is one of those like really glowy, natural looking highlights where it just looks like your skin is super healthy. Alright, and now last but not least, we're going to move on to lips, and we need to do a beautiful pink lip. I have quite a few options here, so I'm just going to kind of swatch them on the back of my hand and pick which one I like. Okay, so out of the shades that I pulled out of my collection, I decided to go with this Sephora one. This is the Sephora Luster Matte Longwear Lip Color in the shade Petal Luster. It's such a beautiful pink. It is this one right here. I'm going to pop it on my lips so you guys can see. Alright guys, so that is the completed princess look. Thank you all so much for watching. Please wish my friend a happy birthday down in the comment section below. Yeah, so if you haven't already, please like and subscribe, and have a great day.